Hello, good morning from India. I am Dr. J.S. Anand, poet from the Indian soil. I express my thanks and also congratulate you, the organizing committee, for organizing this conference on a very wonderful topic, designing the future. Friends, of course, future is always a great concern for people like us poets who can look far into it. Poets are often termed as prophets, and prophets are seers who look into future. The question before us is not only to look into the future of humanity, but also give it a human shape. Designing the future is a challenging thought which stirs my imagination as a poet and sets me thinking what type of a world is emerging after the great setback it received from COVID. The conference wants us to take a call on what type of a future we envisage and how it is possible. We who have emerged from an epic fight with the pandemic now are going to reshape our educational edifice, which will be the foundation of a happy living across the centuries. In fact, we must understand that the post pandemic period is entirely different from the pre pandemic world. We are the survivors from a great human tragedy, a shipwreck of time, and trying to put our wits together after this calamity is over. When a crisis befalls, it brings us face to face with unimagined problems, out of which solutions previously unthought of spring up. To 2020 and 21 were the years devastated by the deadly pandemic. The world lost millions of people across the globe. The impact of COVID was felt like tremors of an earthquake which shook our civilization from its very roots. COVID vaccination and COVID prevention apparatus were in use abruptly, so that now it has become a routine with the masses to check their masks before they leave their homes. Extra care for cleanliness and use of sanitizers has ensured that people remain immune from the disease. The pandemic hit life in almost every field, paralyzing businesses and even the educational edifice. I intend to look into the impact of the COVID on the educational structures across the globe and also see how we are going to cope with it. The global lockdown of educational institutions has caused a major interruption in students' learning, disruptions in internal assessments, and the cancellation of public assessments for qualifications or their replacement by inferior alternatives. Our concern is what can be done to mitigate these negative impacts. The COVID-19 pandemic is first and foremost a health crisis. Many countries have decided to close schools, colleges, and universities. The crisis crystallizes the dilemma of policymakers are facing between closing the schools or keeping them open. The severe short-term disruption is felt by many families around the world. Homeschooling is not only a massive shock to parents' productivity, but also to children's social life and learning. I think this needs to be underlined. Teaching is moving online on an untested, unprecedented scale. Student assessments are also moving online with a lot of trial and error and uncertainty for everyone. Many assessments have simply been cancelled. Importantly, these interruptions will not just be a short term issue but can also have long term consequences. Can we estimate how much COVID-19 interruption will affect learning? Not very precisely, as we are in a absolutely new world. Educational techniques of online learning have several inbuilt inadequacies. For example, lack of physical contact, and the most devastating effect is lack of interaction between students and teachers, and between teachers and teachers. So interaction at all levels have been affected. Then lack of discipline. The discipline that we learn at school, we often used to say the Battle of Waterloo was won in the playing fields of Athens. So where are those playing fields now? Obesity among students. If students are sitting for hours before the computer doing online studies, it will result in their health problems, obesity, etc. Screen fatigue, affecting the vision of students as a result of abnormal exposure to high radiation. Reduction in syllabi is finally a setback to the educational achievement. Reduction in teaching hours. Then what we see is a superficial attitude towards studies also is gaining ground. The sacredness which is attached to the classroom teaching. Classroom has sort of a sacredness, and it is now missing when it is replaced with home, your bedroom, all that. Finally, it can be said that online teaching as a supplement is good, but even as a temporary alternative, it passes. But too much insistence and dependence on it can be counterproductive. Actually, what happens, friends, every calamity leaves behind its lessons also. Some positives also are, ingrained in every crisis that we face. And sometimes they are very rich also. Dividends. It would be too much to say the dividends of COVID. COVID too has left behind its benefits. For example, we have been able to score a victory over time and space. We are in contactless contact. World has emerged as one platform. We used to say world is a global village. Now, in the post-COVID area, we have actually realized and seen that world is a one platform. Reach increases manifold. Our reach increases manifold. Then there is richness of content also when while teaching we can use videos, we can use so many things which are available online only. Physically they are not possible. So accessing more students. One more thing is, in the classroom you can have 30 students, 40 students, 50 students. But online it can be an unlimited number of students. So our classrooms are turning global. And you see in the webinars, even those people who never touched computer, senior people, they are also using Zoom, like me. But still issues remain. The world which has emerged from pandemic is a sobered world. And we know whatever excesses were, there is an urgent necessity to get back to normal teaching style. There is no doubt about it. Where online is a joyride only, or at the most a supplement. Otherwise, the way is laid with hazards, and we will discover a fall in the standards of achievement in spite of all the richness of the content that is available. And you will see even mediocre students will be gaining highest degrees, because online teaching cannot judge the real inputs of a student. Real is always better than virtual. So let us move towards the conclusion of my talk. I would urge the world leaders to bring up solutions which ensure continuous classroom teaching in spite of COVID hazards. 100% vaccination must take place. So far as I think and India is concerned, COVID is already turned into a has-been. The threat is over, it looks. We pray for a COVID-free world so that our youngsters can have free access to libraries, universities, schools, and in the final analysis, to their teachers. In the meantime, it can be safely averred that COVID has created an emergency situation in which we have been introduced to the hidden potential of the internet revolution. If today even old teachers are using Zoom and attending webinars in which international personalities are taking part, it is because of this emergent situation. Contingent, a sort of contingency. The losses in the form of physical contact, warmth, and easy give and take stand outmatched by the gains in terms of interpersonal and interinstitutional communication, which has led to greater international understanding and empathy. The world has imaginatively reacted to the worst crisis. The world has imaginatively reacted to the worst crisis and emerged victorious, armed with new methodologies and exploiting its knowledge and competence to fight the evil effects of the pandemic. Once again, thank you so much. I am really happy to be interacting with you, my dear friends. Thank you for your kind invitation.